Alright guys, Tasty Meals episode 2 coming at you. At my local grocery store, we're gonna pick up a few items, make this bomb meal. You guys heard of Hamburger Helper? Well, it's pretty similar, but a bit healthier in my opinion. So, come on, let's pick up these items and let's get cooking. Alright, first thing on the menu. If you guys have an organic section, look there. We're gonna go with some organic brown rice pasta. Real good, so that's first on the list. Let's go see what's next. Alright guys, next stop, we're gonna buy, look in the spices area, we're gonna go with some cheese sprinkles. Now this thing's awesome. It's no fat, no carb, or 1 carb, no 0 protein, no calories. So this is gonna give you the creamy, cheesy taste without the calories. Alright, meat, protein, most important part of the meal. We're gonna get some ground beef. And we're gonna go with some 93.7 lean ground beef. This is the kind of stuff you want, guys. They got 96.4, 90.10, but I like 93.7 because it's just in the middle. So. None of that 80-20 stuff. Alright guys, home from the grocery store. We got all of our ingredients here. Let's go over them again. We got the 93.7 lean ground beef. You guys seen this in the previous video. We got the organic pasta. We got the cheese sprinkles. So first things first, we want to cook the pasta, so we're gonna fill this with water. I just guesstimate on the water. I don't measure the water, so Alright. So we're gonna let this boil here for a few minutes, and while we're waiting for that to boil, we are going to measure our pasta with a food scale, guys. If you guys want to be accurate in counting your macros, get a food scale. Highly recommended. Alright, let's grab a plate. So, take your bowl, put it on the food scale, and then turn it on, so that when you turn it on, it's 0. Shoot, gotta open this. Alright, so 1 serving is 2 grams of fat, 43 carb, and 4 protein, so I'm gonna have 2 servings. So that would be 110 grams. Boom, 111. A little bit over, but it doesn't matter. Alright guys, Chef Brock checking in. Look at the water, starting to boil. So it's about that time. Take your pasta, boom. Ah! Not serious. Alright, so we're gonna stir this around. Little tip for you guys, don't just throw your pasta in there, because if you just leave it sitting in there, it'll start to stick to the bottom. So constantly stir it around, you know, every 20 seconds or so. So this is gonna sit for a few minutes. Alright, so the pasta's still cooking. Let's go ahead and cook the ground beef. Again, heat up the skillet. We're gonna use non-fat cooking spray. Spray that on there. Boom. Take our pounder ground beef. Like I said in my previous cooking video, I just cut it right in half. That's a ½ pound of ground beef right there. Boom. Cut that in half. And we're gonna wait for this to heat up for a little bit, so. Stir this bad boy around. Same thing again. We're gonna put some salt. Boom. Don't be afraid of salt, guys. If you guys are drinking tons of water, which you should be, at least a gallon, salt is not a problem. So let's turn on the fan. Alright, meat is just about cooked. I'm gonna put this in a separate bowl. Boom. And I'm gonna wait for this pasta to cook. So stay. Alright, pasta's already done. We're gonna go ahead and drain the water. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave just a little bit of water at the bottom so that when I mix everything together it's gonna be pretty creamy and not so dry. So, okay, last process. Ooh, okay. I'm also gonna add 1 serving of cheese. Now the macros for this cheese is 9 grams of fat, 7 grams of protein. So this is gonna be kind of moderate fat kind of meal. What you guys can do is you guys can buy the fat-free cheese. That'll save you about 9 grams of fat right there. But I eat a lot of fat, so I'm gonna measure out 1 serving, which is 28 grams. Once again, zero out your scale. We're gonna do 28 grams. Alright, final process. We're gonna take the cheese, put the cheese in there, take your cheese sprinkles and add, you can add as much as you want. So we're just gonna sprinkle that in there. Screw this top. Sprinkle that in. Last step. Ground beef's already cooked. Put this in there. Really simple, easy meal. And then we're just gonna mix it all around. So I'll show you the finished product. Finished product here, guys. Nice and creamy. So I'm gonna put this in my bowl. Alright, that's it. Tons of protein, pretty high carb, moderate fat. So if you guys are really hungry, this is a good meal. I'll put the macros on the screen right here. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, drop a comment down below, share, subscribe to the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!